Welcome back to the kitchen at Andersen Acres. Today we are going to be making something absolutely delicious. We are going to make butterballs. Now, as the name implies, butter is the defining ingredient in this shortbread type cookie. So you're going to want to use butter. Do not substitute margarine. I know usually I tell you can if you want to, but in this case, you absolutely cannot. Okay? You cannot. So the butter is the defining flavor. You cannot make a butterball with margarine. Okay? Now that that's established, let's get going. So the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. I know that sounds low for a cookie, but these have to bake a little bit longer and slower than most cookies. So 325 Fahrenheit. Now we are going to add half a cup of butter and a quarter cup of powdered sugar into a decent sized bowl. I'm using my orange bowl because my red bowl is currently in the dishwasher. So we're going to cream that together. Make sure your butter is softened to room temperature because if it's not going to work. Also, I apologize in advance for how loud this mixer is. But let's cream them together. That's pretty creamy. So after we've done that, we want to add some vanilla. We're going to add about a teaspoon, so you don't need very much, just a little bit of vanilla. Then we are going to add a cup of flour. We are going to add half a cup of chopped almonds. Okay, you can chop them really fine or leave them kind of chunky. It doesn't matter as long as they're chopped. It really does not matter. And you want a pinch of salt, which for me is a few shakes, but just a pinch of salt. You do need salt. You don't need a ton. Okay, so yes, you're going to want some salt. No, you don't need very much. We're going to start out mixing this with this, and then we're going to switch to our hands in a minute. So we're going to use the electric mixer just for a minute. When it kind of looks crumbly like that, put the electric mixer aside. You're not going to use it. Okay? What we're going to do now is we are going to take our hands, like we usually do with cookie dough. We don't want to overmix. Overmixing a cookie dough makes it tough and starts to develop the gluten in the flour. We don't want to do that. So we are mixing with our hands. Okay? Not that I have any problem with gluten in the flour. It's just the point of cookies is not to develop the gluten. If you want to develop gluten, make a yeast bread. Those rely on the development of gluten. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. You do not need to refrigerate this, okay? You just need a soft cookie dough. Don't need to refrigerate this. So I'm just going to step away for a minute, wash my hands, and then we'll proceed. Because I want to wash the cookie dough off my hands. Not because I didn't already wash my hands. Just now I have cookie dough. So we'll be right back. All right. Now we need a cookie sheet, and a couple of this little bits of dough escaped. Now we need a cookie sheet. Okay. I'm lining mine with a silicone liner. You do have to line it with something because these cookies really stick. Don't use tin foil. Okay. So I'm using a silicone liner. You can use parchment paper. Don't use wax paper. And the reason you don't use wax paper is wax paper likes to light on fire. So don't use wax paper. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take your dough and roll them into balls that are about an inch. That means about a tablespoon worth of dough, which is why I am using my scooper because it has a teaspoon and a tablespoon side. So I'll try to remember to link to that in the comments. And you're going to roll them into balls after you have your amount. And I just dropped a bunch. But after you have your amount, so give it a good squeeze. Roll it in your hands. Stick it on a tray. After you have your ball rolled, you're going to put it on the cookie sheet, but you are not going to flatten them. Okay, we are going to leave them in that size. Okay, because we don't want to squish them. We don't want them getting little. We don't want them flattened. We want balls. And these will mostly hold their shape while they bake. So we are going to bake them exactly like this for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until the bottoms are golden brown. There is still another step after that. So we are going to have to come back and keep doing that step. But for now, just roll them. Again, you don't have to refrigerate this dough unless it's really hot in your kitchen. Then you might want to chill it for 20 minutes. But assuming your kitchen is at normal kitchen temperatures, you are going to want to just not even let the dough sit. It doesn't need to rest. It's fine. And then you can scoop it all up, turn it into little balls, and then we are going to put it in the oven. And we are going to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes or until the bottoms are golden brown. We'll come back when that's done. All right, that is my 15-minute timer. So let's grab our cookies. What you want to do is you want to grab them, and you want to grab your spatula, and you just want to check and see if they're lightly browning on the bottom. And I'm going to put mine in for the final 5 minutes because they're not. Check. Okay? They should be lightly browned on the bottom. Mine are not. They are going back in the oven for final 5 minutes. Check at 15 minutes because everyone's oven is different. Okay? Everyone's oven is different. So I'm putting mine in for another 5 minutes. Remember, they'll take 15 to 20. Check at 15. And if there's no browning at all, and it's not starting to brown at all, put it in for another 5 minutes. If it has started to brown, you're ready to go. I'm putting mine in for a final 5 minutes. All right, my 5-minute timer just went off. They will be done this time, promise. Because it's between 15 and 20 minutes. And if there's zero browning at 15, at 20 there will be. Yep, light browning. Very light browning. See, very, very light browning. So now what we're going to do, and you can either use a spatula or your fingers, you're going to need a little bowl of powdered sugar. Okay, same sugar we put, ouch. Really, you should let these sit a minute. Really, just let them sit a minute. But I am a glutton for punishment. So you take them, flip them face down, give them a shake, 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 shake in the flour. And yes, them being hot is important because then that sugar coats them nicely. Mix that sugar back up. Take your cookie. After a cookie or two, they do need, the sugar will need to be mixed up. Okay? So after a cookie or two, you will have to take a spatula or a spoon and whack the sugar, because what'll happen is it'll compress. So you just keep doing that. I'm going to keep doing that, and then we're going to let these cookies cool completely. When they have cooled, we will come back and take a look at what they're like when they're completely finished. And there we go. Deliciously sweet, perfect little butterballs that have a light almond flavor because they've got almonds in them. So you'll get between 18 and 24 of these delicious little cookies, depending on exactly the size you made your little butterballs. That's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. Drop a comment below if you enjoyed this particular recipe. We'll see you tomorrow.